This ebook generated over $500,000 in revenue passively with no paid ads. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create your very own ebook for passive income using ChatGPT. So before we can dive into ChatGPT, we first need to come up with a winning ebook idea. This is hands down the most important part of the ebook process and making sure that your ebook is actually going to help people get a result and therefore actually going to get them to tell other people about your ebook and in turn get you free marketing, and then you're not going to need any paid ads. So I first made my very first ebook after seeing lots of other people create their own ebooks with a lot of success. But what happened was one of the first ebooks that I downloaded, I paid hundreds of dollars for, and I was very, very disappointed. But this ultimately lit a fire underneath me to create my very own ebook. And what do you know, it spread like wildfire. So the ebook that I first downloaded that I was disappointed with was from another educator. And it turns out that it was supposed to be about photography posing, but it was just a bunch of images with no explanations, no details, nothing about how to actually do the thing or how to actually get the result. So I was like,
man, if this lady can sell these and make this much money, I bet I could do pretty good if I create ebooks that are actually going to give people step-by-step results.
And that's exactly what happened. So if you want to have an ebook that's going to be wildly successful and sell thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of that ebook, then you need to ask yourself, who are you going to help? What is a problem you can help them solve? What is a result you can get them? And how quickly can you get them that result? You don't want your book to be a whole dang book. You want it to be a process that they can follow to get the result. So for example, my very successful ebook was only 13 pages long, including the cover and the back of the ebook. So it was actually just a collection of templates, scripts, and a checklist of step-by-step what to do, along with screenshots showing them exactly how I did it and how they can too. So when people buy this ebook, they can quickly put it into action within an hour or less, get results, and then what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna tell all their friends. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe that this ebook got me a result this quickly. All I did was follow it step by step, and I got the result. And for me, my ebook was how to book more photography clients. So they would do these steps and then they would get more clients. And of course, when that would happen, they would want to go and tell all their friends, which would make the ebook spread like wildfire, and all the marketing would be free for me. So really, really listen to this and take your time to create an ebook that's going to actually get someone a result, or it's going to be an uphill battle for you with paid advertising, and it's going to be really difficult to try to shove this ebook down people's throats when really all you have to do is just create a product that's so good that they want to tell other people, and then you'll never have to pay a dime for marketing. All right, with all of that said, let's jump into ChatGPT so I can show you click by click how to create your ebook in minutes. All right, so now we're in ChatGPT, and what I want to show you is, number one, how you can start formatting your title for your ebook. Number two, formatting your About You section of the ebook. Number three, how you can get additional ideas to include in the ebook, or maybe brainstorm on things you didn't think to include. And last but not least, potentially having a call to action at the end of your ebook to purchase other digital products that you have, if that's something that you want to do. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to use the example of an ebook on taking your first photos in manual mode using a DSLR camera. Just a random topic that I decided to do. So first, let's start with the title. This is always what I struggle with the most, is coming up with a title. So let's say, create 5 titles for a book, it doesn't really matter that it's an ebook, on how to take your first professional photos with a DSLR camera on manual mode. Let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. All right, so ChatGPT has created 5 different potential titles. Number 1, mastering manual mode. Number 2, from auto to pro. 3, the art of manual mode. 4, unlocking the camera's potential. 5, capturing the moment. So I really like mastering manual mode, number 1, but then I would like to pair that with a beginner's guide to taking your first professional photos or something like that. So that's the title that I would go with, but this is the prompt that you want to use for ChatGPT to create your own ebook title. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to ask ChatGPT to create like an about me section for the book. I don't know, this is super vague, so let's see what it comes up with. Okay, this is insanely cool. So all I said was create an about the author section for my book. I didn't even tell it it's a book about photography, but it must have known that from our previous question. So check this out. It says, here's an example of an about the author section that you can customize to your own background and experience. About the author. Your name is a professional photographer with over insert number years of experience capturing stunning images with DSLR cameras. He or she specializes in the area of your expertise. So blah, blah, blah. This is so cool. You could use this as a template for your about section of your ebook, and it would save you literally hours of time. Okay, now as I shared earlier, you really want your ebook to be something that's going to get someone a quick result. So you want to include as many like templates, scripts, screenshots, checklists as possible so that you're essentially giving them the step-by-step on how to get that result quickly. So more often than not, you're probably already going to know and have everything you want to put inside of your ebook. But asking this next ChatGPT prompt will really open your mind to see if you're missing anything or if there needs to be anything additional added to the ebook. So let's type in, what is a good curriculum for a book about, and then I'll just copy from the top here, how to take your first professional photos with a DSLR camera on manual modes. So let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. Okay, so I just want to say, even though this is giving us chapters, I don't want you to use this as creating this huge ebook. In fact, my ebook that sold the $500,000 in revenue was only 13 pages long, and that included the cover of the ebook and the back page of the ebook. So it's actually better if your ebook is shorter. You don't actually want your ebook to be like a book. You want it to be like a really quick step-by-step process on how someone can get a result if you want it to be shared with word of mouth and make lots of money with no ads. So this right here, I did type in give us a curriculum for this, but this is just to see, you know, what should you be including? Is there anything missing? You don't necessarily need to write full-on chapters for your ebook. And so I do want to say you want to make sure that your ebook is as short as possible and someone can get the result from your ebook in as little time as possible. So with that said, let's see what ideas it's giving us. So it's saying make sure that you cover understanding your camera, shooting in manual mode, mastering focus, composition and framing, using light to enhance your photos, editing your photos, developing your own style, and resources for further learning. So this is really great because maybe you're like, oh, maybe I should include this or something like that. Now, if I was creating this ebook, I would not create a super long ebook with all of these sections. So for example, if I'm, you know, the result for my ebook is just to get someone taking their first professional photos with their DSLR camera. So I wouldn't probably cover like a ton of each of these. I would just take them step by step of like, go outside, go in the shade, put your camera settings on this. Like I would just make it exactly what they need to do to start taking their first professional looking manual photos. Because when you can make it really easy and they go outside and they do this and they get a win in like 10, 15 minutes, they're gonna be like, wow, I really want to buy so-and-so's other digital products, so-and-so's other courses. So I hope that this kind of helps you brainstorm on the idea, but I hope that you're also taking in how important it is to just get someone a result really quickly, because again, that's what's going to make them want to tell other people about your digital product, and then you can have free marketing. Okay, so the next prompt we're going to try is something around a call to action to buy other products at the end of your ebook. So I don't know, I've never used this prompt. Let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. So create a call to action paragraph for somebody who gets to the end of my book and wants to purchase other digital products that I sell. Maybe this isn't specific enough. I don't know, we'll see. Otherwise I might try a different prompt. So we'll see what happens. Okay, this is blowing my mind. Like every time I feel like my prompt in ChatGPT just like isn't very good, it turns out that it knows exactly what I'm talking about and does exactly what I want. And it's just so impressive. So it says, great, here's a sample call to action paragraph that you can use to encourage readers to purchase your other digital products. Congratulations. By reading this book, you have taken the first steps towards mastering the art of DSLR photography. If you enjoyed this book and want to continue learning, I have a variety of other digital products that can help you to take your skills to the next level, from video tutorials to in-depth guides on specific photography techniques, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for choosing my book, and I look forward to continuing to work with you on your photography journey. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like this, I mean, honestly, like I like writing and I'm a pretty good writer, but I'm a slow writer. This would take me a while to write. And this is just mind blowing, honestly, how you can just create all the sections of your ebook and it can just create templates for you. Like, is anyone else mind like absolutely blown by this? Let me know in the comments below. And now that you know how to use AI and ChatGPT to create an ebook to produce passive income, you might be wanting to learn more tips and tricks about AI and ChatGPT on how to create even more digital products. And if that's the case, I would love for you to check out this video here next, because when you pair what you just learned with what's in this video, it's going to be so much more powerful. See you in the next video.